it's Petunia Gal, and we are back over in Planet Zoo. And I just want to go over some stuff I would like to do in this episode because, yeah, I kind of forgot about some stuff, and it's some fairly important stuff. I'm just saying. So, one of the things is obviously the keepers can't get into this building over here. So, we definitely need to do something about that. So, I'm thinking of making a separate little entrance here with also a keeper hut over here. But then I was thinking, just stick with me here. So I was thinking about moving this building over to this side and moving the education area over here. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. And we also need a water purification because this is very dirty water. And if we look here, if we go into animals, you can see that they are starving. So we really need to do something about that. But first, I'm just going to move them into quarantine so they don't starve. So here is a bit of a time lapse for you guys, and I go through quite a bit of different things and change my mind a lot. So hopefully you guys don't mind. I did try to cut out the parts where I was doing things repetitively or I knew I was going to be changing it. So I just wanted to show a bit of it and then show kind of the outcome, the final product. Yeah, final product. That's it. So trying to set up a little bit of a path here. So I wanted to leave this in so you guys could see this terrain shape tool. I don't use this very often, so I don't really understand a lot of it, but I think it comes out pretty good in the end. And in some ways, I feel like I didn't even need to use it, but I wanted to show you guys how to use it if you want to, because it is really helpful to get the terrain level for whatever you're wanting to do. So here, you can see I got up to one point I wanted to flatten it out, so I did widen it a bit. And if you make a mistake with this, you can do Control Z, but that will get rid of the mesh here. So I just went ahead and did the minus sign, and then I did plus again. So after I moved it. So as you can see, that seems like a pretty good little feature that instead of just undoing, because like I said, if you undo, then you get rid of the mesh and then you have to start over. So here I just went for the flattened terrain tool just to get everything flattened out the way I wanted it to be. And it's kind of over, there's not a ground underneath there, but I'm not super worried about that. I mean, I don't think you're going to be looking at that really. So, it's okay. But I did want to go a little bit wider over here, so I had to do a lot of terrain work. I went ahead and skipped most of it. So you guys could see it, flatten terrain and then smooth it out, that kind of thing. But here I'm working on a little bit of an area. I'm wanting to set up a little bit of an indoor area. If you guys, saw the thumbnail and maybe the title, I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but it does have an indoor area now. That's the main thing I worked on in this episode. So I wanted, obviously, a way for them to kind of go through a little bit of this archway to get into the inside area. And just because I can't really have a gate here because that would be kind of weird. But I know there's people that have made like makeshift gates that look like they're the gates that they kind of pull up and down whenever they let the animals in and out of an area, but I wasn't going to go that far. So I think this turned out pretty good. And then, definitely more rock work because, that's what we like to do, right? We love to do rock work. So I just didn't want any of this to be where the penguins could get over it. It does turn out to be inside the building, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But this little indoor area is a little bit more area than I wanted to. this water area anyways. I wanted to use this building, but I couldn't figure out where to place it or how big to have it. So in the end, I think I mainly move most of that aside and just use this front area of the building and build off of that. But obviously, we still have lots of terrain work to do. But here you can see I'm trying to shift click all of these little pieces to be able to move them to the other side of this water area because this will be inside the building. So the kind of implied nest areas, they don't have any back to them, so they just kind of come in to the building. And I'm wondering if I should make some kind of an enclosure and have like one-way glass or something in that area, just so the penguins can feel like they can get away from the people, but the people can still see them. I'm not sure. But go ahead and shorten this a little bit because, again, I thought it was a little bit too much. But here I'm just messing with the back part of this implied nesting area and using more of these Africa theme rocks. Again, I just did the filter for African theme, so I got whatever biomes they are in, and I think it turns out pretty good. I feel like I could have probably mixed in some more rocks, but again, this isn't the last part of this habitat build because I want to do the underwater area and probably more foliage because foliage or rocks. Because whenever I think of African penguin habitats and whatever I've seen on like Planet Zoo forums or even on like the Animal Planet shows where you can look, kind of get a behind the scenes look at the habitats, they seem to have a lot of rock. So I feel like I need to add more. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, that'll be next time, and then that'll be the last of this habitat build, and we'll get into another animal from the Africa pack. If you have an animal that you'd like to see in the zoo, let me know. Again, we are just going to do this as the Africa theme animals, and then we'll go to the North America theme, I think, because I really want to play around with those animals. But I want to get this zoo done first, so we go ahead and move these around. I wanted to make this extra viewing area because, like I've said before, I really don't like where the viewing is on the main path, so I really wanted to give them just a little area here. And, it's not very big, but it'll do. So, move these little, I think they're dead trees. I'm not sure. But get those in place, and then more rock work to fill in this area between where the outside of the habitat is and where the inside is going to be. And since I've been using these rocks all over, I might as well use them again, right? Might use some different ones underwater. I don't know, we'll see. But I went ahead and moved some of this all together, and then you can just move like some individual pieces around just so it doesn't look too similar. I don't think anything around it is too similar, but here I go ahead and start setting up a building. Like I said, I'm not going to use that building that's there, so I am going to move that in a bit. But I'm do these mud walls, and one thing I realized is they are really not consistent with this mud wall because the pattern on here doesn't go through to like the windows and the half walls and that kind of thing. So I have to just not have them on other walls, which is kind of weird, but that's what we have to do. So I did remove this little archway because it kind of flares out at the end, which I didn't want it to do. So I used these. I thought that would help with the habitat gates or the guest gates, because they're pretty wide. So I wanted to have something that was wide enough for them. And yeah, so this turns out pretty good. And I like the little pillar, well, they're pretty big pillars on the corners. So I want to stick with that, and it helps to not have to have the walls fit perfectly because they can just go inside that pillar. So that's pretty cool. And here I'm just trying to change the colors, which for the other walls are just all the same color. I don't have the pattern on the other walls. And man, this path was really hard to get in. I started with this, and I show you a little bit of this area. I got a little, well, had a hard time with that terrain there, working with the path, and I tried to just put the stands in, but they're kind of close to the building, so I do move the whole building over a little bit. But in the end, I still changed my mind, so you'll see a cut in a little bit. But yeah, I want to make it work as best I can. So we get the path in there. I do still change it because I decide to make it an elevated path inside. But here's where I'm trying to get the guest gates in, because obviously that's what we need for these doors, because we don't want the penguins to get out, right? So I do kind of try to make it where the penguins can't get past this path, but I don't know how well that worked out. So I went ahead and got this in, and you just got to make sure that everything's lined up before you try to put the gate in, and also you can't have the path, which I guess makes sense because the gate itself comes with a path, so it makes sense. Here you can see the path is set up, and I wanted to just do a little bit of a tiered landscape here because I didn't want it to just go straight up and look weird. So I mean, it probably still looks weird, honestly, but I am going to add, rocks and foliage and stuff and make it look a little bit better, I hope. So I just flatten the terrain in places, or I use the push tool to push it down and then I flatten it. It seems to work pretty good that way. And so I get something that's, looks pretty good, I think. And I go through this whole thing thinking, I guess, that the keepers can get in these gates, but they can't. So I have to go back and put a door in, but we do that eventually. So I wanted to get a frame for the doors. I didn't want them to or the gates. I didn't want them to just look like big gates that were put there after the fact, which, I mean, they were, but I don't want it to look that way. So here I just double up on these windows, and I also wanted a window on the other side, and actually I put them on both sides because, I mean, who doesn't like windows, right? I like natural light in places, so especially in Planet Zoo, it looks really good with their lighting system, and so I definitely want to add that. And I think I just had that one little area that the wall didn't quite match up, but here we're doing more path work, just trying to figure out how to make this work. So the problem with this is I have to have it go up from the gate or else it won't work, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure why that is, because the terrain's flat, so I don't know. But here I'm putting in the guest seating for the education, and I decided to just take the rails off because I don't want the rail going through the education seatings because that would be a little weird. And then again, we're doing more rock work, and I just wanted to make it look like the stand was actually being held up by something. But also, I didn't really want the penguins to be able to come all the way over here. I kind of wanted it to stop at the start of the path on the other side. So that's the main reason I put these rocks in, and just because I like the way they look. I like the rocks because it just adds so much to your builds when you put rocks and foliage and all that stuff around. It's awesome. And these windows were kind of a pain to get lined up where it didn't like it looked like it was going too far into or out of the building. So that was a little hard. But again, I do try to cut out most of that finicky work, I guess you'd say. Because I mean, when I try to move something, it takes a while because I move it too much, and then I have to redo it, and it's just a pain. But it definitely comes out in the end. So I do show you guys this. I tried this wood floor for the roof, and then I used these wood roof. What are they called? Sidings? Can't remember. But I do change that in the end, so I don't show much of it. And here we are doing more rock work just to kind of hide away this side of the path. And again, I don't think the penguins could even fit anywhere under that path, but I just thought it looked more exciting that way. I may change these out for some thinner rocks. I mean, they are pretty thick, but I don't know. We'll see. And so we just go ahead and line the whole side here. I don't do the other side. I may have to do that because now you can still see the other side of the path, which isn't bad, but for the look I'm going for, I might want to add it on the other side as well. But you can see some of the ground here, so I went ahead and just used some of these half walls. I did look to try to see if I wanted to do like some kind of a concrete, like to make it look like it's got a foundation to it, especially when I come over here, because I went ahead and moved these down so it looked like there was something underneath, since I guess I could have just moved the terrain up, but this is close to the path, so I don't know if that would have even worked. And I did it over here, but I didn't really like it, so I just kept it over on the other side because I don't know, it just looks weird. Not sure why, but go ahead and move this one down. I can't find a smaller, or should I say a shorter pillar like that. They have some of the short round pillars, but nothing that goes with that, so I don't know. But here I'm putting down a staff room and keeper hut. And I also put down a transformer and the water purification. But I don't show that because I do end up moving those because I just didn't like them over there. And it doesn't make sense because there's the main building over there has I think it has a staff room, not a keeper hut. But I went ahead and moved it because just in the future we'll have more habitats out this way, so I wanted to make it more for those later as well. So here I'm just looking at this roof and I don't like it. I don't know, there's something I don't like about it, but I deal with that in a little bit. So we go ahead and get another keeper because I keep having messages, or I keep looking at the animal welfare and it says these penguins are starving. So that's why I put them in the quarantine in the beginning. But I cannot figure out why it's not working, but I think I just didn't have it set up right. So I went ahead and started to try to make a work zone. Although since I did move the buildings, I'm going to have to do that again. But here I'm trying to make an opening for the habitat gate, which of course, like I said, we do have to move because the keepers can't get in to the other part of the habitat. So we do move that in a second. And I went ahead and put some bedding out here. I don't know how much they'll use bedding, but I just wanted them to have some. And then put some enrichment items in here, an enrichment item and a food. And then I put the water in, but I end up taking that out because I don't think they need water. They pretty much have water, in the whole habitat, so it's fine. But here we're putting in some education boards and a speaker, and I think it works out pretty good. I should have put a speaker here. This is on the other side where we did have the education seating. But don't forget your donation boxes, because that will really help out with the money. And here I'm putting in um, the education point. What is it even called? Why can't I think of it? But yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys how I do that, where you link the seating and all of that. And here I'm still moving this in a little bit because I want them to be able to throw food, and they won't do it. Like, I don't know why. And wherever I move that, it doesn't work. So I still got to try some more of that. And here I just took the buildings from behind the habitat over here, and I'm trying to get them situated where I can get a path. Again, the pathing is what I'm having issues with, but it definitely took a while, but we did it. And so it all works out in the end. But this way, I kind of want to show some of this just so you guys can see, you know, that it's not as easy as just getting in the game and you know what you want to do and you get it done. Some people that can do that, but I'm definitely not one. So I just want to show you guys that kind of stuff. So here I'm just putting in some of the Africa theme benches, and again I go with this, you know, greenish blue color. I don't know, whatever color that is. But I go ahead and take off these, and I went ahead and split the glass pieces. In a second you'll be able to see I split the glass pieces from the group so I could just delete all of the wood in one go. So here you can see, because I like the glass pieces. The glass pieces are cool. So it does take a bit. You just have to hit shift to add to the selection and control to take away from it. And again, you hit I to get the multi-select tool. So that really helps. I could not figure out how to get this to be on the grid, because I was pretty sure last time I worked on it, I was in the grid. I think what I ended up doing is just double clicking on it, and then it took me to the grid. So I got all that put in, and I realized this building is really not square at all, I don't think. But I moved that roof to where it looks, you know, pretty good. And then I went ahead and changed the color of the walls, but I also changed the color of the roof, which you'll see in a little bit. I don't put that in this part, but again, this is kind of a long episode. I cut out what I could, but I didn't want to cut out too much. I mean, I wanted you guys to see how I did things and stuff like that. As you can see, I took this from the other building and put that around the glass just to make it look like there was something there, you know, that the glass went into instead of just glass. So here I'm trying to figure out how to get this habitat gate in here, and not forget to actually make it where the animals can't escape from the other side. But I don't think I added it in here. How I let the habitat keeper in. It may be in this real time coming up in just a second. But yeah, so I had fun with this. And like I said, next time we will be doing foliage and rock work. But hopefully you enjoyed, and let's get back to the real time. And yeah, see you then. Okay, so I did a few things, and I'm pretty happy with it. Went ahead and just did a flat roof to kind of match what we've got going on over there. Obviously, I changed the color a bit, and I like it. And I went ahead and put this area over here. I don't know if I showed it, but I had it over in the back, and I just didn't like it over there. It just didn't look very good. So I may go ahead and adjust these where more of this is actually in a building, because all of this here can go in a building. It's not the solar panels or anything like that. So we'll probably do that. But we've got let me go ahead and play. I have a feeling if I go back into the building over here, that the roof is maybe a little bit too small or too short because we've got the people on top. Their heads are almost touching the roof there. So I may have to rethink things a bit. Uh, but yeah, so we've got people here waiting for the animal talk. Although I don't know why we don't have the animal talk person here. If it, I don't know. Let's see. Let's look. No species this time. Why not? Oh, I changed the habitat. Okay. Why is everybody sitting here then? That is weird. Oh, no, no. Everybody's leaving. I don't want you to leave. I didn't look. I'll have to look back at the recording and see if the people's heads went through the roof because I'm pretty sure they did. So yeah, I put some benches here and I want to test out something here because I don't want people walking on these rocks. So what I'm going to do is go to construction. We'll go to, actually just go to favorites. Take this off. And maybe not. I thought I had the stuff in here. That's weird. Unless I'm in the wrong place. I bet it's under facilities. Nope. So, I don't know where this is. Where did I put it? Let's take off the African. There we go. Okay. I want to try these. So, I'm going to use the biggest one. And I'm going to sink it down about right. You are a little too excited there, I think. Now you're just, I don't know what you're doing there. But okay. Turn off angle snap. I'm going to put this like right here. So the people have to walk around these. Or, you know. They can't walk into the rocks is pretty much what I'm saying. I shouldn't have buried them yet because I don't know where that one ends. That probably wasn't the best idea. But I love that they came out with this because it's just going to make it so much easier to build stuff that you don't have to worry about the people getting too close to your scenery. Because I really don't like that. The only problem is I don't want to make it where the keeper can't get here. I don't know how far this can be buried, honestly. But we'll try that and see what happens. And see if that works. So yeah, I really like it. Obviously I want to add more greenery and stuff around here to make it a little bit more exciting. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. So I do want to check one thing, and that is, oh, one of the penguins was just here. Where did they go? They're there. So I'm gonna click on you. Click on you. Let's check. They always want more sand. I don't know. Can I just go underwater and give them more sand, maybe? Don't know. I wanted most of that to be rock because that just makes sense. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I think they're good. There we go. We can put sand in here. Although I still think it makes more sense to have rock, but it's okay. Let's go ahead. We'll put a little bit of rock here. Just around the water because I think it makes more sense to have rock around here. You know what? That seems good. We're fine. What I wasn't sure of is the temperature. But these guys are always hungry. Why? The keeper just came in here. Although, I don't know if the keeper can come out this way. Let's check that. Because, obviously, we want the keeper to be able to come through here. I forgot to do that. So if we go to habitat, staff traversable area, yeah, they can't get in here. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a way for them to get through here. I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's move this a bit. And we'll take this and probably just move it out, I guess. Actually, I don't think we even need this one, do we? Let's just get rid of this for now. And we'll go look on the other side, make sure it looks good. So the staff can't get through this, I'm guessing. Is the problem. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and move this up. Like that. And I'm also going to do Control X. And we will move it. Let's turn on angle snap. We'll move it down here. Oops, X. I hit Z a lot instead of X. I don't know why. It's gonna look a little weird, but it should work. Right? And then... Nope, that's not gonna work. We need something... We need a little rock that's gonna fit through there. I don't know if we're gonna be able to find it, though. Okay, so let's hit H again and see what the traversable area is now. Okay, cool. They can get through there. Super awesome. Okay. I don't know what rock will fit in there, honestly. Let's look at nature. We'll go to rocks. Maybe we can put this on its side. Let's see. Let's do X. We'll turn it this way. I think this is going to be too big. Honestly. I mean, we could... Yeah, this is going to be way too big. I don't want to do that. The penguin just running through there. Yay, they like it. Oh, here comes it. I think they just got fed. I could be wrong. But I think feeding time is here. We just do this. I'm at too much of an angle. I am, it can't be that hard to find a rock. Let's use these. I mean, it could be hard to find a rock, but it shouldn't be. Let me put it that way. Do X. And we'll just bring it, I think, okay. Like that. Something like this, maybe. It's not going to look exactly like I wanted it to, but I didn't want to have that weird space there, so let's actually... Okay, I'm going to have to move up or down for this. I won't be able to see it, but that's okay. Just wanted to turn it something different so it wasn't the same everywhere. And then we'll just bring it that. I mean, I don't like that the penguins have to have such a big area, a big door, but I need the keeper to be able to get in, so it'll work, right? It'll be fine. Okay, I actually need to bring this out. So, yeah, I don't like that little area there, but it's okay. It'll be fine. So we got that. So they got a little block of frozen fish here. Why can't we select it? Hello? Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and save just in case. All right, save. Let's go ahead and click this. Hello? There we go. Okay. I just wasn't clicking on the right place, apparently. So I'm going to use this and... Oh, I thought there was a reset thing there. Look at that. That's so cute. What's this guy doing? So, yeah, we'll probably go ahead and finish... Oh, this is floating. That is floating a lot. That is so cute. Although this is not. Let's not do this. Okay. So, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It's been a crazy mess trying to get the paths to work right and all that. But it worked in the end, I think. I think it worked out pretty good. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and let me know what you guys think of the habitat. Let me know what you think of the the roof. I think it may be a little too low, but we can figure it out, right? We'll deal with it. But yeah, I got all of the walls. Oh, I say all the walls recolored, but here's one that's not. So oh, you are happy. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, definitely hit that thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified of videos as they come out. And if you have any questions, comments, tips, anything like that, leave those down below in the comment section. Love seeing those, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a super blessed night or day wherever you are. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.